This photo is from last Sunday, and this is what has dynamited La Liga. The Clásico defeat was tough for Barça, but the Copa del Rey final and Real Madrid's draw last weekend has been an energy injection for the team, who are now more than confident than ever about winning the 2021 La Liga. Welcome again to Barça Corner, your channel about Barça news where you get all the latest information about the team, analysis of the matches, and all the rumors surrounding the squad. Barça does again have a lot of chances to win this league. If the team manages to win the 8 games left, the trophy will be ours. These 8 games are going to be played as if they were 8 finals. 8 games to equal 24 points. 24 points to the title. This is the road. This is the team's goal. All the locker room is united and confident about this. These 8 games, though, are not going to be easy. Barça's got a difficult calendar. After playing Getafe, the team has to play in Estadio de la Ceramica, one of the most notoriously difficult away games for Barça of the last decade. We have to visit Mestalla, one of the most historic stadiums in the Spanish League, and a stadium where Real Madrid and Barça usually drop some points. Then there is the big game against Atletico de Madrid that for sure is going to decide the league title. And finally, a game in one of the smallest pitches of the league against a very physical team that will most likely be playing for relegation, Eibar. If we get lucky, Eibar will already be mathematically relegated by the last match of the season, so they will have fewer stakes on this game. This year's La Liga has not been an easy one for Barça. This chart represents pretty well the struggles the team has gone through this season. Counting until the 30th game week, this is the year where Barça has won the fewest points in the last 12 years, just 65. Exactly the same performance stats as last season, with Valverde and Setien on the bench, which was, according to most of the fans, the worst season in the recent history of the club. Just look at the 2010-11 season with Pep Guardiola on the bench. The team had 82 points, 17 more than this year. It's true, though, that with Guardiola, the club lived the best era in its history. It is not fair to ask Barca's current squad to get the same results, but 17 points is a huge gap. The club is obviously improving this year, and we are quite sure they will manage to improve last season's results at the end. But one thing is for sure, Real Madrid, Barca's biggest opponent, is also dealing with one of the worst seasons in their history. Otherwise, Barça would most likely not have any chances to win the trophy. So let's focus now on Barca's next game against Getafe, who, coincidentally, was the team that managed to make Madrid drop points last weekend. Getafe is a very intense and physical team since Bordalás arrived as the club's manager. They play a very defensive 4-2-3-1 with 2 offensive wings, Cucurella and Nyom, who play as fullbacks. So at the end, they have 4 fullbacks, 2 per side when defending. Thanks to that, they managed to concentrate a lot of the players in defense and close any gaps between them. They are one of the teams in Spain that concedes the least amount of goals per game. On this year's La Liga's first leg, Barça lost 1-0 in Getafe's stadium. The team got frustrated with Getafe's intensity, physicality, and defensive skills. This time, though, the game will be played in Camp Nou, a much wider pitch, which is going to allow Barça to find better spaces. Within the Getafe squad, we find 3 very familiar faces for Barça fans: Cucurella, Aleñá, and Kubo. The 3 of them played in Barcelona's academy. Cucurella has been officially sold to Getafe. Aleñá is just playing on loan until next summer. And Kubo, as you might know, due to FIFA sanctions in 2015, Barça had to release him despite being one of its most promising stars. 4 years later, Real Madrid signed him. This year, they gave him on loan to Getafe. He has been very irregular this season, but is for sure a very dangerous player that will want to improve his value against Barça tomorrow. We therefore expect to see a game with Barça having the absolute control of the ball, but Getafe playing very defensively with its 11 players close to its own box. As a matter of fact, the games where Barça has had the most possession this year have not ended up well. Just look at this chart where all Barca's La Liga games are represented. The game on the right-hand side are those where Barca has had the most control of the ball, and none of them are green, which means we did not win. The 2 games against Cadiz, 1 draw and 1 defeat, and 1 draw against Alves. These are games against teams that are in the lowest part of the table that play very defensively and counterattack quite well, very similar to Getafe's gameplay. For that reason, Barca needs to be very, very cautious tomorrow, learn from the mistakes done this season, and be mentally strong to keep being persistent throughout the entire game. It is worth mentioning that Getafe will play 2 games this week, which they are not used to since they hardly ever play European competitions. This is for sure going to have an impact on their endurance in tomorrow's game and maybe generate more defensive errors. We hope Barca will manage to get the 3 points tomorrow and display the beautiful game that they have showed us in the last few. Our captain Messi is more motivated than ever. From Barca Corner, we will update you on the game's results and more. You can now follow us on Instagram at Barca Corner so you don't miss anything, and you can find the link to our Instagram in the description. If you've enjoyed the video, put the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.